lovely ladies, Carly here. All right, let's get this party started, right? Well, a famous song, it's all about that bass, no trouble, right? Okay, who has trouble with your foundation? That's the base, that's the core of your goodness, and that's what represents yourself daily. So let's chat about that, okay? So what I'm going to do first and foremost, before you do your base, whatever that might be for you, you got to prime. It's a crime not to prime. Now, what's the hype with prime, right? Like before I started with my company, I was like, primer, yeah, no, just another thing. I don't want to spend the money. Oh, sister, let me tell you. Okay, especially if you are a little seasoned like myself, over 40, 46 here, there's some fine lines and nooks and crannies that my makeup likes to settle in. So one of the huge things that primer does is that it helps to eliminate that. If your pores, you ever notice if your foundation kind of settles in your pores and you can kind of see it, looks like a orange skin? Yeah, no, we don't want that. So primer helps to eliminate that. Also, if you're over 40 or not, youngins, you need primer too. But what primer does is it actually seals in the moisture. So whatever skincare routine that you have, hopefully it's a good one, it seals in that moisture against your skin so that the makeup kind of doesn't draw out and make you dry and suck the life out of your face. So primer really is like a protective barrier. So it's a coverage to just give you that barrier so that you have a fresh canvas for your product to go onto, okay? Think of like if you are painting your house or a car or something, you gotta prime it first, right? And why does that happen? Because it fills in the nooks and crannies and it gives you that smooth, foundation for the paint to go onto. Same idea for your face, okay? And another tip too, for me, I'm a sweaty beast. Like the meds that I'm on from my breast cancer stuff, I'm a hot flash Hannah is what I call myself, just jokingly. I sweat a lot, and so I'm gonna go through all the work of doing my makeup. I don't want it to all sweat off. So primer keeps your makeup in place, and if you're in a hotter climate or if you're super active and you do a lot of working out, you don't want your face to melt off. So primer keeps it in place. So are you convinced that you need a primer? Yes. Okay. Well, we also have 3 different versions of primer. So not only did you finally commit to one, right? But now which one do you use? Okay. Well, honestly, this is our original, which is fine and it's okay. But I'm always honest with my people. It's not my favorite. I really use it more for my hair because it helps with, like, if I have, a frizzy hair day, this really helps, but it does do what it needs to do. However, I tend to be a more oily person. My skin is better now because of the products that I use, but if I default to anything, it would be to oiliness. And this specific one, I felt kind of gave me that oily feeling. So if you're dry skin or normal or whatever, you could totally use this, no problem. But I would highly recommend one of these two, which you can tell. Look at the tubes of which ones are used the most. Yes, these two. Okay, so whatever age you are, we need to figure out what's the best solution for you, because there's no cookie cutter. There's not one thing that works best for just all people. We're all different creatures. We've been created magnificently. So we need to celebrate that and find out the solutions that are best for you so that your skin is happy, right? There are so many choices out there. So we need to make sure that it's working for you, not against you. Okay, so I recommend one is our mattifying and one is our hydrating. So if you tend to be more dry and just need a little extra moisture in your life, definitely the hydrating primer would be the way to go. Super just light, silky, kind of replicates natural skin moisture, so it really feels good, and it just is like that little bit of heaven for your face, right? Now, any primer that you put on, you want to put it on, which I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm actually doing the mattifying primer, and I'll explain to you why. That's all you need for your whole face, and that's probably actually more than what you need, but for demonstration purposes, so that you could see what I'm doing, you just rub it in. I focus it, obviously. My under eye area, I have more fine lines and crevices there. My nose, because it does tend to settle there. I even put it on my lips because my lips, you know, anytime you're over, I was never a smoker, but you know, your lips do age with you. You want to just rub it in all over. It feels so good. But any kind of primer, you want to let it set for about 5 minutes before you put product on so that the heat of it activate it and you get the most benefit of the primer, okay? Because think about this and what it does. If you were to put product on it right now, it would kind of soak in and pull in all of that, you know, foundation, and it wouldn't be able to give you that protective barrier. So by giving it just a chance to do its job, it's awesome, okay? So I'm gonna let the mattifying primer do what it's doing, but let me tell you why this one is my favorite. Okay, so I did already tell you I tend to be a little bit more oily. So that's the one, because anything mattifying, yes please. I don't wanna be, you know, oily, slick T-zone lady wherever I'm at. However, this has an amazing, and I actually have to read it, it's fancy. It is a water break technology microsphere powder dispersion technology. So all of that fanciness just to say it really does an amazing job. It gives you, how would I describe it? It's like a softness, and it almost as though it blurs your imperfections. It does diffuse light because of that technology, but whatever is in it, when you put it on, it kind of bursts that water, so it is giving you moisture, even though it's not the hydrating formula. But what I really love about this is the multitasking thing. This has snow mushroom. Have any of you guys heard of that? Okay, well, it's important. So basically, it is working as anti-aging and a primer. So I love that so many of our products are multi-purpose. It's not only just serving its purpose as a primer, but then also working on your behalf for anti-aging. So snow mushroom extract is kind of the newest, latest, and greatest technology. And what it's known for, it has high levels of vitamin D, which is awesome. We all need that, and especially COVID life, D is your friend, right? But it has a natural brightener in it. It protects your skin. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It's anti-allergy properties. It prevents degeneration of your microvessels. So it really is something that's going to help blood flow, which is what makes you look young and radiant, okay? Also, it helps your makeup to last up to 8 hours. So I don't know about you guys, but with mask life, I love that I can put that on knowing that it just kind of keep things where it needs to be, which a setting powder or a setting spray sort of combines with that, which we can talk about that later. But okay, all right, so I've rambled on, but let's get into foundation, okay? Oh, it's the mystery, right? What do I use? What color? What formula? I'm here for you, okay? And obviously, of course, I have the products to help you. Really, I want you to be able to be utilizing whatever you already have. Let's get you feeling confident in the products that you own currently. And then, of course, I can help you upgrade later. But let's just kind of go over the different foundations and which one is best for what type of age, what type of skin, what sort of finish, and hopefully with this, I'll answer all of your questions and you'll just be a foundation expert by the time we're done. Deal? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna start with the basics. Who doesn't have or had old school powder? Gotta have your little compact, keep it in your purse, dab, 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 so cute. I always had one because I needed to check my teeth with my mirror because I'm obsessed with, you know, having broccoli in my teeth or something. Okay, so powders are great, and we do have, this is a pressed powder or we have loose powder, which obviously you just dab. You can use the sponge that it comes with, or you can use a flat kabuki brush for application. Now, any kind of a powder product, I really don't recommend for anyone that's over 40, okay? Let's be honest. We have fine lines. Powder plus lines equals a disaster, unless you're super hydrated and super moisturized, okay? So I will carry this with me in my purse just for if I'm out and about or super sweaty, hot flash central, and I need to freshen things up. it works really well for that. And these are full coverage. So if you're really needing to kind of cover things and just kind of need that extra oomph, these are great solutions. Okay, so powders, check. All right, next, this is our old school. This is liquid foundation. So what this is you can see it's a dropper, that it's liquid, but then the finish is a matte powder. So it has this technology in it. It has algae extract. It has, gosh, I can't remember the technical name, which you don't care anyway. But what it does is this works, and this has been called Photoshop in a bottle forever since it's come out. And it went like gangbusters, sold out forever. Amazing, amazing product. However, if you tend to be a little more dry, or if you're over 40, because it finishes as powder, sometimes people are like, yeah, not so crazy about that, okay? There is a solution that I have found. What I will do is I mix, this is our BB cream, which is just simply a tinted moisturizer. This is life. If you're over 40, you need a BB cream, okay? So what I will do, if I do want to use our liquid foundation, I'll put a dab of our BB cream and the foundation and mix it together so that I'm getting that added moisture that I need, and it gives me the finish that I like, okay? So depending on if you want a matte finish, that's a great option. It is super, the coverage is amazing, and it is buildable. If you want to add layers of it, you certainly can. My whole focus is that I don't ever want anybody to have cakey or orange looking foundation, okay? That's just not right. Like no, life is too short to have cakey, orangey face, okay? So I'm here for you, boo. All right, no, we need to say no to that. And so that's one thing that I do love about all of our products. None of them will give you that cakey, orangey, as long as you work with me for color matching finish, okay? All right, so that's the liquid foundation. Now, what I was talking about is the BB cream. This is our BB Flawless. It is amazing. I really love it. So if you're one that you're like, yeah, I don't really need to watch this, I'm not a makeup person, this is a great solution for you, because I don't care unless you're, you know, fresh out of your mama's whatever. We all have some sort of something on our face that we just need a little correction. Not that we're, you know, anything terrible, but this just evens out your skin tone. If you have any kind of discoloration, dark circles, I mean, any of that, this will just give you that smooth looking canvas plus added moisture. We need that, okay? If you're over 40, you need moisture. Moisture is your friend, okay? Can't get enough. So this is really a great solution. And every client that's used this, they're like, I can't believe it doesn't even feel like I'm wearing makeup. That's the point. It's really, think of this a lotion with a little bit of tint to it, okay? So this is an awesome product. I use Bisque, just so you know, color-wise. Cream is super, super light, and then Bisque is for, you know, most of us here. And then, of course, we have other colors and other options. So I can definitely help you with that. Okay, so BB cream, love it, love it. Find yourself a good one. If you don't want, you know, ours, totally fine. I understand. But just one thing I will say, please make sure that you check the ingredients of all the products that you use. Because I'm a breast cancer survivor, that's so important. And 26 seconds is all that it takes for the chemicals from the products that you're using to get into your bloodstream. So when you think about all the stuff we layer on a daily basis, if everything you have has toxins in it, you're just layering that toxin level and you know, exposing yourself to potential cancer. And I don't want that for you. So obviously our products are paraben free. We're cruelty free. We're EU certified, which is an added standard that's required. The FDA really doesn't care about any of us. They'll let anything in America go. But the European Union is very picky about what they will allow in their products sold to their people. So we meet that standard. There's about 1,300 chemicals that are not allowed in the EU. So I'm so proud that our products adhere to that. Okay, so just a little sidebar, you know, what is it? PSA. You're welcome. My PSA for the day. Okay, all right. So then moving on. The next option is our stick foundation. Yes, it's literally a stick. You just twist it up. This has amazing, amazing coverage. Full coverage, super easy to use. You literally just, you know, kind of tribal paint. Think that you're doing your tribal paint here. And you just kind of throw it on. Then you want to use a flat brush. A kabuki brush is best. Blend that baby in, circular motions. You want to dab. Anytime you're going along your eyes, be gentle, okay? That's the area that will aid you the most. So you want to really be tender with that tissue. Carry the product up into your hairline so that you don't have that crazy foundation face. And then of course carrying it down your neck too, because you don't want to have that stark line, right? And for color matching, oh my goodness, let me help you. We don't ever want to have that line, right? So I know for some people, it's like, well, my actual face is really light. I don't want to go that light. Well, for a foundation to do its job, it needs to match perfectly, okay? So that there's no line. Then you can always add a bronzer or some tanning or whatever to add more color, blush of course, but your actual foundation color you want to be seamless, okay? So for color matching, if you're using a product or if you have samples, I always do like a swatch of 2 or 3 against each other from here down to your neckline, and the one that disappears obviously is the right match, okay? So look how great that stick foundation. I'm super scarred here. I had a little, I scratched myself. Look how great that covers, okay? Awesome, stick foundation all day long. But I'm saving the best for last. This is our spray foundation, literally airbrush in a bottle. It's amazing. So with that, just a couple of sprays, dab it on, and then I always carry it under my eye and over my eyelid just so that the product matches and it gives you that great, canvas for your eye products to go onto. But I am obsessed with our airbrush spray. It literally gives you that airbrush finish, right? Now I would use more if I wasn't gonna just be home today, but most days I look homeless. So I'm gonna just do this to show you the finish, right? Awesome, awesome products for you. We've got any kind of solution. So please let me help you, ladies. Life is too short to not have a foundation that you love. And again, this is buildable. So if you wanted to add more, if you need more coverage, you certainly can. I only use 2 sprays for my whole half of my face, okay? So you could definitely do some more. But hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions about what sort of a foundation product would be best for you or your needs, reach out to me, comment below. If you need a color matching, if you're really just unhappy with the color that you have, it's easy. I know it sounds painful, but it's really not. All I need is just a clean-faced picture. So clean, nothing on it, and then facing a window or outside. You want a natural light so that I can see your true coloring with no shading, no, anything behind you. Then that way we can really get you set up with the perfect color, okay? I hope that this was helpful, ladies. I want you confident. I want you loving all about your base, loving it all day long. So if there's anything that I can do for you, please message, comment below if you're interested in any of those, you want to chat about the foundation products, or if you want me to send you a sample, I'd be happy to do that. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.